Batman issue 2 then, and have a look at this, because obviously we spoke about issue 1 a couple of weeks ago, and this one starts with a Solemn Grundy fight. We get some tease, which I didn't expect we were getting, but we actually get some nice setup and tease for the Night of the Monster Men crossover, which I liked. I know Matt's going to dig this because see when I got to, well, it was hinted at early on in the issue when the really cool scene with the guy slits his throat, which is one of my favourite scenes of the issue because it was so goddamn dark. But he said something was strange, and I was like, wait a minute, I've got a feeling Matt's going to be happy by the time we get to.
Yeah.
Well, at the time I didn't know it was going to be the end of the issue. Like, I was thinking, oh, somewhere down this story, Matt's going to be happy. But we got the reveal at the end that Professor Hugo Strange is the mastermind behind whatever's going on with the Monster Men.
Had a feeling he had to be involved.
Yeah, I kind of assumed it wasn't him, partly because I think we thought he might be involved in Detective instead.
Yeah.
And also because the monsters in question from the previews, and well, not previews, but the announcements were more kaiju sized, and the monster men that he was involved with in the past were always like just men who were, you know,
right.
Wolfmen style kind of thing. But no.
Yeah, here's my main problem with this issue is I felt like I missed something in between, because the way that the first issue ended with Batman meeting Gotham and Gotham Girl, and now all of a sudden he's working with them.
I do have some agreement with that. I feel like there might. I can see this being something that we get a flashback to later. Like
I hope so.
That moment right after the plane. You know, I can see us getting that scene at some point.
It is a scene that I did want to see.
Yeah, it is a bit weird. It's a bit weird how kind of trusting he is of them right away.
That just might be this new Batman, where he's not just a what's it? I'm trying to think of the word where he just sticks to himself. You know, like, that was a lot in Snyder's. He didn't ask for help too often.
Yeah, he really didn't. I agree with that complaint. I think I've seen some complaints about the voice being a little bit off, and I think there is a little bit of that here or there. The scene with Alfred where he's talking to Alfred and I think Lucius, and he says, "As for trusting them, I don't even trust Alfred." First of all, we know that's bullshit.
Yeah.
So I took that as him cracking a joke.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Well, and then Alfred plays off of that at the end, where he says, he wanted a sword for his 8th birthday, a katana, but I got him something more towards his size, and he's never forgiven me since.
Yeah, that's good.
Like,
He's been this way ever since. Like, that explains all of Batman.
Alfred's sassiness in general in this issue is quite good. So he's got Alfred down. He's got Gordon down as well. Although one interesting thing that I want to know about Gordon, even though I think he's been perfectly portrayed, is that in the scene in the rooftop, he says something along the lines of, "Oh, does wearing a mask make crime fighting easier? I thought it would be itchy." And I'm like, wait a minute. The entire last arc of Batman, you were in a Batman robot suit fighting crime.
That is a good point.
Which did have a mask. Technically a helmet, if you wanted to bear it, but the same thing, same difference. It covered the entire
they
face.
kind of
But no,
want
but
to
he
ignore
had the mask underneath.
That's true, you're right. Yeah, he had a mask too. You're right.
That's why he shaved his head into that weird mohawk thing to make the
But
cowl fit better.
the funny thing is I'm not even really complaining. I'm almost glad that they're kind of ignoring that, because it wouldn't feel like Gordon without lines like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in a way, I'm kind of glad they're just kind of fuck the fuck acknowledging
Also,
that.
It's kind of what Rebirth has been doing anyway, like everywhere else, just cherry picking. Like,
Yeah.
well, we'll take most of Snyder's stuff, but whatever.
Yeah.
Just forget about
That's
it.
his.
They're not going to say it didn't happen, but it's just like,
I also like that he's smoking a pipe, because it makes him more detective-like. Because it shows to, like, Sherlock Holmes and whatnot. It gives him something to do to at his desk, so he's not just sitting there.
I always picture him with cigars.
Yeah. Well, that's Bullock to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I feel like Gordon can, like, they'll share one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. I think Gordon's down quite well. As even in the scene where the guy slits his own throat to when he's warning him about the monster men. Just the start of that scene where he's like talking to his assistant, and she's like, "Yeah, your daughter is wanting to know when you're going to be there for dinner or whatever it is," and he's like, "Hour or two, hour or two, three at most, three at most." So that, I think he's got Gordon down pretty well. He's got Alfred down pretty perfectly. Bruce is mostly fine. He's just a little bit too trusting of these two characters. That's the only thing for me that feels a bit.
I think see, now that we were talking about it, so I haven't talked about this really with anybody yet. I think they are going to go back, and there's going to be something that they show that happened in between the plane and Grundy, because this is very out of character for Batman. And anyone that's, even if you don't know about Batman, they point that out.
Yeah.
I think Gordon does, right? That he's taken to these new people without any vetting. So
I don't know. See, a lot of this Bruce feels like the animated series one to me, like the way he like does his little jokes, like the sarcasm with Alfred, and that Batman is a little bit more trusting almost.
Yeah, but these are superhuman level, like. You know what I mean?
feel like yeah, but they haven't done anything wrong as of yet, and they did save his life on the plane.
That's right. Pardon me, I'm just using BVS logic that if they have superpowers, they must be that.
No,
My bad.
I do agree. I think it's just the way he talks to him. Like not Gotham Man, he's just Gotham. But you know, when he talks to him, it just sounds a little bit different to what I would expect. I'd expect Batman to be more apprehensive.
It's possible. I mean, I got the impression also that we skipped a couple of weeks in this.
Yeah.
And that they've been under surveillance, like he's been watching everything they do. So they've obviously maybe been impressing
them on how they take down Grundy.
Yeah.
You know, and he says, it would have taken him 1.3 seconds, and 0.7 seconds he would have trampled that hobo.
Here's a question, Matt. Did that scene bother you? Because I've seen people complain online that Batman taking down Grundy that easily is too overpowered.
Because Grundy is from Gotham, right? He's from Slaughter Swamp.
Yeah.
And so, if anyone's going to have experience taking down Grundy that quick,
it's him.
It is Batman. So, that's not a because Batman.
Yeah. Also, what he does, he clearly uses Grundy's own momentum against him.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and again, that's Bruce knowing how to take.
To me, it was more the plane and him hopping on there. I had more problems with that than I did with Grundy because. And plus the whole nursery rhyme thing was pretty cool going through.
Yeah, I like that too. Cool. If I actually have one because Batman complaint, and I don't tend to have these too often, when he does the disappearing act on the roof, I don't have a problem with the disappearing act. I actually love that callback to Long Halloween and Dark Knight. If you haven't read Long Halloween, but you know it from Dark Knight, they called back to it in that as well. That he does that. My only problem with it all is they went a little bit too far, where they're both like, we have ultrasonic vision that can see through everything, and we can't see him. And Gordon's like, that's not impossible, that's Batman. I'm like, okay, you're rubbing it in a little bit too thick now.
What I do like is the idea that with their their enhanced senses, that he's like slowed down his heart just to make this disappearance. So like, they can't hear him, they can't see him because he's hiding behind something.
Yeah. Assuming it's the same rules as Superman, he's got a lead wall that he's found. Yeah. he's crouched behind it.
he's just having some fun with them.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a little bit too far, but not enough to make me like throw the book. Like the Future's End issue made me want to throw it across the room.
I think the difference is if it had been playing that as a serious thing, it would be fucking infuriating.
Yeah, it was funny though. It was maybe a joke.
But played as a joke, it's fine.
Yeah. And that's good because humor has been missing from Batman, and I feel like that's the remedy that it needs to be fun again.
Yeah, and there's humor throughout this issue, especially. Which is cool. And of course, all this leads us to the reveal at the end of Hugo Strange, who, Fincher, we said with issue 1 that he's better here than he has been. What did I say?
Fincher.
I just said Fincher, but the way I just ran the two words together, so it just...
Gotcha, I thought you just...
It sounded like Fincher as well.
Yeah, I think it's because I said Fincher really quickly, so it sounded...
There you go. Yeah. Okay, no worries then.
But no, I actually really like how Hugo looks.
Yes.
That chin curtain that's much more masculine and impressive than one Connor has is really badass.
I agree, but he has one really. It's again. I think I complained about his Batman's leg in the last one. It's that arm, his left to right. When you look at it, it's got a weird like the bulge. It's not
proportional.
Right. Yeah. His head's fantastic though.
Oh yeah.
Amanda Waller's involved with what's going on here, which is interesting.
And don't forget the other guy. It's General Sam Lane.
Is that General Lane?
Yeah, look at this name tag.
I didn't see that. Oh, so it does. Shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
And the guy that he's talking to, um,
Do
is
we
that
have?
supposed?
Do we
I
have?
don't know. I got vibes like it was Endgame Joker because of the haircut.
They call him Roger, don't they?
Did they? Oh, it is. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Roger.
that was just weird art then because the whole angular to him and the back fade haircut, like.
Mm.
You know
So,
what? You know what? I can't wait till this goes ape shit, and Waller and Lane, who are both generally pricks, have to stand there and go, "Oh shit, we fucked up."
yep.
We worked with Hugo Strange.
Yeah, but they're not going to say that. They'll find
They
an
never
out.
do.
Of course they're not. But part of me wants Batman to storm in and be like, "Look what you two did, you pair of tossers!" Like, seriously, guys, come on.
That would be pretty great.
Also, from the last time we saw General Lane, this guy's bulked up, so he looks
Yeah.
more like a imposing figure. And so does Amanda Waller. She doesn't look like Angela Bassett.
Yeah, she's becoming. She's not quite as big as she was, but she's getting
Yeah.
closer to being the Wall. She's more of a fence right now, you know.
She still, again, likes Lane. She's an imposing figure standing there behind Strange. So, which I
Alright.
like. They
She's
should be.
She's a little
Yeah.
garden wall right now. She's not. She's not the full like wall yet. We'll
She's
get
not the
there.
wall between America and Mexico. She's just like step
Well,
below that.
Jeez.
that's a very porous wall. So,